transcript of a certain Mrs. A, age 25, first baby who is a girl. The father, mother, and the midwife are there. So the midwife has, of course, a very central pre-given social role in that setting. The midwife is on the one hand taking care of the baby and obviously the mother. On the other hand, is giving specific direction how the mother would relate to the baby. Midwife, oops, shown her. It's a little girl. Welcome, darling. Mother, oh lovely, oh papa. Father, wow, there she is. Didn't it take very long to come out, did you? Notice what is happening in those first three moves. You would see, welcome, darling, rather than welcome, little beast, or something like that. Mother immediately, lovely, oh lovely. Father, specifying the very technical detail of the whole process. It didn't take too long to get out. Okay. Mother, oh, that was nice. Midwife, very nice. What you see is, father, again, nice. Nice is a word of no meaning. It's a multi-purpose word that could be used for absolutely everything. It's not clear for what it is exactly used, other than it is used. Whereas here, of course, darling is very clearly oriented to baby. So there is, in essence, you can see after the father's technicality orientation, some people will talk about goal orientation again. So, the chorus of two talking, using the same word, nice. Nice, again, oh, that was very nice. Tinkle. That was a sherry last night, referring to her own, the mother's own eating the previous day. Turned out that she had had a dinner and then went into labor. Father, oh, how old was it? Mother, obviously talking to the baby, hello. And then before that, the midwife, there, look. Father, no. Mother, oh dear, what a lot of noise. It is probably referring to herself. Midwife, well, if that was a sherry, you must have had a lot of sherry last night. Father, yes. Mother, oh. Two little bits under the arms there, reference to the baby. No burns. Oh, how nice. Again, the nice. It's almost constant repetition of positive evaluation coming into this situation. Oh, nice. Everything is nice. Now comes the beast. What a funny colored beast, says the father. Refusal to accept it. It is not a funny color, it is very nice, by the mother. Notice my point about the possibility of saying beast in the beginning is now actually actualized by the father and immediately denied by the mother. Okay. What a big one, isn't it? The midwife laughs. Are you satisfied? Oh dear, just floods all over the place. Just try to keep out of it for a moment. Baby is now given to the mother. So this is the first time the baby is given to the mother. Mother, oh hello. Oh, you are nice. Again, our nice comes in. That's a lot of noise for a little girl. That's right, you have opened your eyes. That's lovely. Now, aside from the very British use of words like lovely and nice, which would obviously be different by other persons in other contexts, other language contexts, and so on, the orientation is the same. It's a mixture of specific greeting routine to which immediately specific, generic, nebulous, in Kruger's sense, ill-defined emotional, affective coming to. So literally up to this point, if you were trying to analyze it from point of view of Felix Kruger, from his orientation, you would see the construction of a field of positive affect surrounding the child. Now, McFarlane doesn't point attention to that because he has a different role in doing this analysis. But Kruger would very clearly talk about the construction of lovely, nice, positive atmosphere, so to say, the positive field, while reflecting upon a baby who is actually in the middle of a very ordinary set of activities. The baby is being cleaned, the baby is being given to the mother, and is being talked about by the three people who participate. Father, oh well, that's a nice normal beast, isn't it? Notice now the father for the first time joining into the particular construction of the affect field by way of saying nice, normal, and beast. Now, beast is a nice little word in itself which can be used with affective tone. You can expect a mother to talk about the husband, the father of being a nice beast at home, not doing anything but therefore needing to be taken care of. So, hello, mother. Oh, that's good. That's very good. That's a very good and nice noise. So obviously the baby is making noise, and the baby's noise is now called nice again. You can look at the pervasiveness of this insistence of it. Meow is the father's way. Mother, no, not meow, that's the other sort. The correction of the father's particular imitation. Father, that's nice. Now this is the second time you have seen the father talking in terms of nice, after being essentially put to his place, not talking like a cat. So, our story continues. On time. Our story continues this case. Mother, oh, you are nice. What a nice beast. Notice the mother's takeover of the beast terminology. You see, both the mother and father essentially accommodating to each other's specific meaning making. Now, the beast becomes an accepted, mutually accepted term to use, but linked with nice. Beast was introduced by the father, nice was introduced by the mother. Combination is a nice beast. What a nice beast. Over here, over here. Ah, father, well done. It was clever of you. It only took 6 hours and 10 minutes. That's very clever. Mother, oh. Midwife, has she got a name actually? Father, notice who answers the question first. Christina Margaret. Mother, to be known as Christy, we hope. Father takes the initiative, the mother elaborates with a focus on we hope. It is not entirely clear, it can never be clear, what is meant by we in this particular context. But it's the same use as you see in Carl Müller, talking about the uses of we. We say here that microgenesis is an important method. When I make a statement like that, the one who makes the statement is only me. But by making the statement in form of we, I include all of you, enforcing on you my idea that microgenesis is an important method. In essence, it's a tactic of both emphasizing the person and uniting the others. Midwife, how nice. The word nice continues to dominate this field. Mother, hello, do you like it? Well, don't squeeze your face up like she's got a nice skin. Nice skin. Mother continues, very nice skin, pretty color too. Father, virginal white. Mother, oh. Father, oh, not very nice though, is it? Not yet, says the mother. Yes, you have lovely lungs. The baby. The lungs are obviously something that is not extremely visible based on the skin, looking at the skin. Now, when we talk about one another in adulthood, I very much doubt that you would ever make a compliment to anybody whom you know that you have nice lungs. Perhaps with the exception of when it appears in some medical context where the question of lungs is in question. But it's uncertain whether the lungs are good. So a doctor, after examining your X-ray, would say you have nice lungs. And this fits very well into the... Here it's the lovely lungs is something that is obviously projected into the baby. Father, hasn't opened its eyes. What color are its eyes? Mother, I don't know what color. Father, what's the shakes? Mother, I had the shakes all the time since last night. Midwife joins in. Oh, you are a beautiful baby. Redirecting the focus on the baby. Father picks it up. Absolutely baby-like too. Born to all these strange shaped heads and things. You are perfectly normal. Notice the reappearance on the theme of being normal. Normal beast. Normal, nice, lovely beast. Mother, oh, you are not a Cameron at all. Midwife, there is not another one inside, is there? Mother, there isn't, no. So, Father, do you want me to go and make the phone call? Yes, sorry, that was the noise I was making because I was being sick. So, here we continue. Father, she is very good-looking child. So, very good-looking child is added here. What color are your eyes? Blue, she says. Aha, imitates baby crying. Mother, we were determined. We had avocado here with rather nice mustard sauce, and the Wiener Schnitzel and broccoli and sauteed potatoes, followed by chocolate chowder. Midwife, that will teach you. Serve you right when you are beginning to go into labor. Mother, I didn't really think. I thought I was due Wednesday, so I nosed up whilst I could. Midwife, yes. Mother, I'm sorry I'm changing little beastie. Fancy calling your daughter a little beastie. Mother, you are a big beastie, mind you. Oh, imitates baby. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. So the beastie, the beast that was there before, is now turned into a diminutive beastie and made into a game between the mother and the midwife. Oh, this one two-step fight. So, Father, there was water and an unusual amount of it. Mother, it's rather a mess, isn't it? She's got fabulous eyelashes. So the construction of the baby continues. Now the eyes have been determined to be blue. Now the eyelashes are fabulous. The baby is nice. It's a big beastie, and so on. There's midwife. See how her color is changing. Father, it's nice, but my nose and my ears, not at all yours. So the usual favorite story of how parents start to be fighting about whose ears, whose nose, whose face has a newborn baby got, appears here. However, notice that it appears actually relatively late in this short process. Yet it occurs. Mother, rubbish. Meanwhile, well, I think we have to tell Charity that you have had a girl. Mother, I'm sorry, I can't pull it out because I suppose a tidal wave to babies. Oh, that's nice tongue. So now comes the tongue. So the baby becomes explored piece by piece. Father, do you fancy a green apple? I brought it with one. Of course, you said you wanted one. Oh, probably I shan't. Midwife, bend your legs up. Mother, I'm sorry about my legs shaking. Midwife, that's all right, you can't help it. Father, Mother, it's a bit hard with the sheets there. Push, come on a bit harder, okay. So what you see up to here is on the one hand a perfectly ordinary event. It could have happened in very many other different ways, but one aspect of it is a specific episode where the baby is being explored for the first time by both the mother and father, and of course that will continue until the baby is an adult. The exploration of the baby continues into adulthood, but it will explore your adolescent daughters or sons the same way as she or he doing what I very much want her or him to do. Say, is she looking nice today, essentially? But it starts from what we're seeing in these very early moments of making of construction of meaning. Now this is an example of what some people adamantly call co-construction of meaning. That is, and here the notion of co has a specific relevance to it because it is extremely concrete. You will see one of the three interactions in different times, joining in, either modulating, disagreeing with the other. The mother puts the father down every time she can, in this particular case. The father deviates from the affective field construction that the midwife and the mother had started, in this case. The midwife from time to time joins in, pushing for the particular affective field and particular parental role that the two, mother and father, are beginning to assume. So there is a moment of that negotiation on whose nose it is, but it is in some sense very minimal, not very extreme. It indicates how, from the very, by way of selection of specific moments in everyday life, the particular microgenetic process can be analyzed without any experimental intervention whatsoever. That is, in essence, what we see in that transcript is very similar to this one. If you substitute just the notion of word and put instead of the notion of word little baby, newborn baby, and the whole process of what the baby is like, would have a similar kind of step-by-step approximation by way of meaning. It's about nice being nice, something nice, rather than something unnice. Kind of a beast, but actually a very positive beast called beastie. Apologies to the child, of course. The child is not in a position to accept any apology. The child has just made the first breath. So all of this is exactly there in the first 5 minutes of being with the baby, as you would see in the thysoscopic exposition in the case of Heinz Gerber. In other terms, different everyday life settings, or particular settings of relevant ontogenetic transition, this is a relevant ontogenetic transition point, create co-constructed microgenetic processes which will have similar characteristics to any experimentally laboratory-based creation of this process. So the processes that are created are similar. They may be created by natural circumstances of ontogenetic transition, or they can be generated by way of particular forms of stimulation in a laboratory setting or in experimental everyday setting, likewise. So, what that tells us about questions that we like to ask, this is a question we very much always like to ask, about methodology, is that when at the level of assumptions about the world, we start from the assumption of construction, that in every moment in human psychological existence, construction process exists. We create a particular theory of development, which in Heinz Werner's case is the principle of orthogenetic principle, that is principle of differentiation. Namely, whenever development takes place, it always takes place by way of differentiation, articulation, and hierarchical integration. Then we create a method that fits between that theoretical stance and the aspects of the phenomenon. The fitting method has to satisfy the relevance of triggering the particular microgenetic process, the particular co-construction process. Whether I triggered it in the experimental context, or in the case of a delivery room after the child is born, or in any other everyday life cases, whether we use experiment or observation or interview for it, is immaterial. All methods that we use are derivations of one single method, namely observation. Observation is a root method for absolutely every psychological method that we are talking about. However, by way of different constraining of observation, we can generate experiments, interviews, tests, and you name whatever else, questionnaires and so on. So each of them is simply constraining the particulars of the method, which can be in line with the whole cycle or out of line with the whole cycle. Quite clearly, microgenetic methods like this is in line with the notion of construction and co-construction, and is totally out of line with a theoretical idea of basic given of fixed answers to simple questions. For instance, Gibsonian type look at perception is in principle not combinable with microgenetic methods, because it implies automatic acceptance of the flow of information and the givenness of the flow of information. Whereas constructionist perspective axiomatically implies that within any flow of information that may be coming in, the person acts as a co-constructor out of this flow of information of some psychological phenomena that go beyond the information. The information is not given, the information is always being gone beyond. So in this sense, we could argue that the Gibsonian focus on affordances and flow of information intake has had one beneficial aspect for developmental psychology, namely focus on the process, in this case process of information flow intake, and one counter-indication for developmental psychology. It has eliminated development from this process. Gibsonian orientation, for instance, on infant perception is essentially undeveloped, non-developed. It does not tell us anything about the development of perception. It tells us a story about unfolding of different forms of information picked up with the age of the baby. So, let us proceed with the question number 1, namely the question of emergence and construction of meanings, and move into a somewhat different world, namely the question of construction of meaning in the case of scientific concepts. In psychology, we are constantly put into a situation similar to either an aphasic patient, and we behave more or less the same way as an aphasic patient in psychological discourse, or at least as an example of the gentle wind. We are operating with particular terms which we consider to be part of scientific terminology, but which at the same time have very rich everyday connotation. And while operating with these specific terms, we operate with them forgetting where these terms may have come from.